Britain's rental market is at breaking point.
Give me home, please.
With not enough homes to go round, soaring rents,
Oh my God.
squalid, overcrowded conditions,
Little swines.
spiralling property fraud,
They're crooks, they're running a scam.
When am I going to get my money?
bedsits to mansions,
You can't touch me!
squats to drug farms.
It's a full room.
It can be a little bit scary at times.
Hey! We're called the police! We're called the police!
This is Rent Wars. With the rise of internet shopping, Britain's high streets are facing a downturn, meaning many former commercial properties are being turned into private rental accommodation.
We've got suspected overcrowded rooms above a pub. And the pub was closed down a while ago, but we've had reports of a lot of people sleeping there.
It's the job of council enforcement officers Micaiah Angus and Andrew Sedman to ensure any new conversions on their patch are up to scratch.
Planners went in there in October and they were not happy with what they saw. We're going in with the police because the police are not impressed with the conditions either. We've got a warrant, I'm going to stick it up. We are coming in, London Borough of Harrow.
It's an absolute state, this place. You can see from outside there's a lot of problems. I noticed that every single window had white curtain or white sheet pulled across it, so you can't see in, no one can see out. It's all a bit weird. That's never a good sign.
Hold that, please.
Harrow Council, can you come to the door, please?
We've got a warrant, we're going in regardless.
They're not volunteering their services to let us in, so we will let ourselves in. Locksmith time. Often we do have problems getting into places, particularly if they've got something to hide, so in this case we're going to find exactly what's going on. It's like Fort Knox. Our locksmith is normally through a door in less than 5 minutes. We were there an hour chipping away at this one.
We're in.
Police! Another door.
Once inside, police find a second door. This one leads to the upper floors and is also sealed shut.
There's something definitely being hidden in here. There's a lot of power going in here. What's all the power for?
Hey, boys. Police! Police! Bags of compost.
Oh my God.
It seems to be. Big bag of compost. Police!
I can smell that. Looks like a drugs factory.
Oh my God.
This ain't good.
Police!
Damn. Oh Lord, look at all that. Oh my God, this place could go up. They had all the water systems in place, the ventilation systems. Absolutely no denying that this is a proper operation here. This is a weed farm we found.
Loads of plants, I mean. There's about 16 rooms in the house. 8 of them at the minute have cannabis in them. There's another 4 that would have had recently had it in there, but that's been since harvested. I imagine they've been here for quite a while already. Enough so that they've, set up home almost.
As well as the marijuana plants, it looks like this is someone's home.
This is a crime scene, but as far as I'm concerned, it's still an HMO.
That does seem to be more a general thing that people, when they're trafficked, that's part of the deal, is that they come and run these houses to pay for their crossing. They just have to keep going until the debt's done, or they get arrested.
As always in a lot of these cases where there's illegal money making going on, there's exploitation as well. You will get people that are at the very bottom of it, but they're the ones we're looking out for. They're the ones that need protecting. You've got a kitchen, you've got vegetables being chopped, you've got a cooker here, and then you've got a toilet. It's actually freaking me out a bit, to be fair. These guys had actually gone out into the ground at the rear of the property and dug into the national grid and hooked up the electrics from there. And those electrics, I've never seen anything like it. It was so bad, that place could have gone up in smoke.
The electrics are so dangerous that Andrew and Micaiah had to temporarily leave the property.
Never seen such ridiculous electrics before.
Once the police seize their evidence and the building is made safe, housing officers go back to the empty pub. They board up the doors to stop the drug farmers returning. Across the UK, 2/3 of people have experienced problems with noisy neighbours. In extreme cases, leading to serious conflict.
I write to inform you that as the agent, we are investigating claims of antisocial behaviour for banging and loud music from your tenant. Have a guess where this is from. Yes?
Oh, you're kidding.
In Lancashire, letting agents Paul and Deborah Ainsworth-Lord have been alerted to a spate of antisocial behaviour at one of the 800 properties they manage.
These lads seem to think it's okay to party at night, play the music loud and upset the neighbours. I've had rumours that one of the lads has got a bit of an anger issue. I believe the police has been involved as well, so it's not good. Is it Joyce?
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello.
Joyce. I'm Paul from Ainsworth-Lord Estates.
Hello.
Now, I understand you've got complaints about the neighbours that you've got here, the tenants we put in next door.
The music is terrible, but a few weeks ago it started at 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. And it was bouncing off the walls. And I mean, it was really loud, I couldn't even hear me telly. I tried knocking on the door, no answer, they couldn't hear me. Anyway, I went to work at 10 o'clock. I come home at 6 o'clock and it was banging.
So you came home at 6 in the morning?
And the music was still bouncing.
And it's still banging?
Yeah.
Have you got a couple of minutes just to have a chat with me?
The music was blasting, and the smell of cannabis was coming into my home, and I've got children, I didn't want that.
You can't help yourself but make excuses sometimes, thinking a few mates round, housewarming, maybe it's just a storm in a teacup. Unfortunately, that storm didn't pass.
Next, in Darwin.
I'm serious, get that camera out my face.
In central London.
Who does the money to?
He's not been giving it to anyone.
And in East London.
I'm ashamed that I ever laid eyes on you. I'm ashamed that you're even part of the family.
Letting agent Paul Ainsworth-Lord is visiting one of the properties he manages, where the neighbours have been complaining about persistent antisocial behaviour.
I'll bust the door. It's me head in. Right.
Yeah, go
on. You expecting me, yeah?
Yeah.
Only one of the tenants is in.
Will you be going in my bedroom?
It just needs to be a quick look. That's
Yeah,
all,
by
right?
all means,
It's
yeah,
nothing.
you can have a look in it, yeah.
Just a basic inspection. It's just a quick look around, basically. That's what it is, really. What's with these holes in doors?
On the holes, he's going to be filling them and sorting them out there next to the room.
What did the door do to him?
He has got really bad anger.
So he bust that one and he got 2 damages to the bathroom. We could go back to old-fashioned ways, it would be a lot easier, isn't it? You know, you can remember the old Bobby. He used to give you a crack round back at head and he never did go home and tell your parents because you'd have got another crack, wouldn't you? These days, you say boo to them and they go scracking to their parents and then they come scracking at you. What's all this dog muck?
Oh, I had my dad's dog for about a week, so obviously I need to go out clean the backyard.
It's a bit the same with tenants, really. You've got to be very careful how you approach it. You've got kids, haven't you?
Yeah.
Get it cleaned up, man.
Yeah, I know.
Get a bottle of bleach, disinfectant, and get it washed up. Have you papered the chimney breast?
Yeah.
You've not matched it up very well.
No, I didn't actually match it because I didn't like it matched.
No, you haven't matched it, you're right. Can't have that. Now, we need to talk to you about the complaints we've been getting from neighbours.
Yeah. I spoke to the neighbour about 3 days ago and I asked him about music. He said, yeah, thanks, pal.
Everything's all right.
Everything's all good. You can knock on yourself.
And what about this one? Because we got complaints from them both.
I've apologised to her, but I've not actually heard it.
Okay.
So, but I heard her music blasting Celine Dion the other morning.
What I need from you, whenever he's here, you just basically look after the house, get these jobs, you need to get these repairs done. I'm still concerned about the neighbours. Okay.
Yeah, that's great.
Right, I'll leave you to it. Okay, fella.
Yeah, cheers.
See ya.
Cheers.
You know, there's rules in society, aren't there, that you don't upset your neighbours, you've got to get on with your neighbours. You've got to observe them rules. But I need to go back to the office, digest it all, sleep on it type of thing.
With many on the street complaining, Paul must now decide whether to risk letting the tenants stay in the property. One in 5 of the UK's population live in private rented accommodation. In popular areas, landlords should be able to pick and choose who they let to. But not every tenant turns out to be what they claim. Today, eviction expert Paul Shamplina is meeting landlord Han Yip, who is owed 9 months' rent for his Belgravia flat.
It's been a complete and utter nightmare. So we're now going to go and meet the landlords and get some answers as to where's the money. I never know what to expect, if I'm going to get any dialogue, whether the tenant's going to speak to me, or even in fact they answer the door.
Paul and Han plan to serve notice on the tenant and attempt to recuperate some of the £18,000 rent arrears.
Okay, so look, the plan of action is we're going to go try and get access into the property, knock on the door and speak to them. I want to engage and say, well, why haven't you been paying the rent? And when are you planning to leave the property? Okay, because you are going to be evicted.
All right, sounds like a plan.
Let's go.
Sounds good. I was getting no response from the tenant. He was just purely belligerent and uncooperative. And it turns out that more uncooperative you are, the longer you get to stay in a property.
It's one with the black door?
No.
Oh, the communal door. Right, okay. I noticed that Han Yip's constructed a really reputable letting agent and did a full reference on this tenant. But tenants can trick their way into a property.
There we are.
Hello? Hi. Yeah, hi. It's I'm from the landlord. My name is Paul from Landlord Action. Is there, please? He doesn't live here. Well, who are you? Because you shouldn't be living there. Have you been subletting from him? Hi.
Hello.
Morning. Hi there.
Yeah, we're renting.
You're renting. All right. So this is the landlord.
So you're renting from.
Yeah.
Landlord owes £14,000 in rental arrears.
8 o'clock in the morning. Can you haven't had our permission? Excuse me.
We don't need permission. We're here for the landlord. I'm happy to speak to you through the door, not a problem, because obviously you appear to be the innocent party in this, along with our landlord. Okay, that's fine.
Wait. So wait. With the washing machine and everything that was fixed.
I fixed that.
You fixed that?
Yeah.
When we knocked on the door, certainly Han was really surprised seeing all these strangers in his property, and of course they were subletting.
They need to know that they're going to be evicted.
No, yeah. I mean, look, what's just so you know where we're at. Owes over £14,000 in rent. Okay, and we've now applied for county court bailiff to set down an eviction date. Yeah. I'm going to serve a copy of the court order. So Han's been the landlord here for 10 years. He's owned this flat for 10 years.
Who does the money to?
He's not been giving it to anyone.
He's been keeping the money and not passing it on.
I want to know legally what's going to happen. Do we need to leave the apartment? I want to know now.
No,
please.
you won't need to leave right now. What happened is there will be an eviction date.
Okay.
Might happen within 4 weeks, possibly. So what I'm saying is you don't have to be out today. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
And it must be a big shock for you, I understand that. But just don't pay him any more rent. Whatever you do.
How did you find the flat?
Spare room, all of us.
It's on spareroom.com.
Yeah.
This happens all the time.
Really?
I see it all the time. There's so much subletting going on. It's a big problem. And then innocent people like you get caught up in it. It is absolutely rife in London, and there's so many scammers that are trying to pick opportunities. Rents are sky high. There's plenty of victims out there. When you are going to rent in the future, do a land registry search, and it will tell you the name of the owner. And it should match up with the name of the person on the tenancy agreement.
Okay,
That's what you should do. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, well, very sorry.
No problem at all. Okay, keep in touch.
Yeah.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Seeing the situation with the subtenants, I realised he was raking in almost £3,000 a month without paying me any of that. Made me determined to track him down.
He's not picking up. They could be paying £1,000 to maybe £1,200 a month each, and he's not paying you, and he's been doing that for the last 8 months. Right? That's 24 grand. Wow. This must make your blood boil.
Well, I'm very frustrated and very angry, yeah.
The spiralling cost of accommodation in the UK is forcing many people to move in with relatives. But when property disputes collide with family feuds, the results can be ugly.
He's just put our lives in misery because he just won't leave. So we're having to spend money and go to court. We don't speak. I can't go to the house. It's awful.
Today, council worker Sade Adamoy and her partner Richard are heading to court in an attempt to evict her second cousin from her late mother's house.
He asked whether he could stay for a short period of time, and it was agreed a mere £30 a week, and that's what I was paying, because it was never meant to be a long-term arrangement.
In 2013, her second cousin rented a room on the cheap from Sade's mum. She died over 2 years ago, but he's still there.
We gave notice. This was in February of 2016.
I think he's just doing it to be annoying. He's just because he can.
He's just winding us up.
Absolutely, because he's got it very good there.
It's far from a cut and dry case. There are no rent arrears, and the tenant has shown up to defend himself.
No respect for my mother. My mother took you in. £30. £30 a week you pay. You're ignorant. Hurry up and leave.
It's now down to the judge to decide whether the tenant has the right to continue living in Sade's late mother's house. Half an hour later, a verdict is reached.
I did feel a sense of vindication when the judge said, I order possession in your favour. I felt elated, actually. I shouldn't have to fight family members to take back what is mine. I've got my property back. So you go and find somewhere to live, and you go and find somewhere, you pay for it yourself out of your money, and stop living off of me and my sister. Go away, go away, go away, you're rubbish, go away. Go and pay rent now. Now you're going to know what rent is. Now you're going to know what rent is. Gone.
You should be so ashamed of yourself.
I'm ashamed that I know you. That's what I'm ashamed of. I'm ashamed that I ever laid eyes on you. I'm ashamed that you're even part of the family. I think one of the reasons why I got so upset and got so upset quickly was because I wasn't able to grieve for my mum properly, and the house was a part of it. Remember, it's not your house. It's not your house. Bye. He can say whatever he wants to say. This has gone on for 2.5 years. I'm just glad this day's over and we can all move on. And I can now think peacefully about my mum's memories and not have blur my vision.
Because the tenant has no contract and has been given reasonable notice, the court ruled that he needs to leave within 14 days.
Shade's a mean person.
But with bad blood on both sides, there's no guarantee that he'll comply. Two of letting agent Paul Ainsworth-Lord's tenants have been causing problems with their neighbours.
This can't carry on happening. They're going to be out. I want them out. Getting quite serious now.
One tenant has left the property, but the other has now moved his girlfriend and her toddler in.
They're trashing the house, causing havoc on the street. It's turning into a bad job. So, gotta go. Deborah from our office, my wife, she's going to be meeting us there. She's got a slightly different tact than myself. So on this visit, we'll probably do the good cop, bad cop. State of play is, we've had the complaints and the music's been banging all night. It's not stopped now and it's 11:30 next day. The grounds for eviction, we've opted for grounds 14, which is the antisocial, you know, that kind of angle.
He's not here.
Is he not? Right, so can you call and ring him and tell him I need to speak to him?
Yeah, I'm giving it you now. Right. Well.
It was a video call, like a FaceTime or something. They could see me, but I couldn't see them.
I'm giving you 2 minutes to get away.
Who's that?
Never mind. You've got 2 minutes to get away. I'm coming.
They do it all the time. Probably would never have said anything like that to my face. Who are you?
Hello, excuse me. Can I ask who are you?
Paul from Ainsworth-Lord Estate.
Now, mate, who is it?
I'm Paul from Ainsworth-Lord Estates.
Whoever is threatening Paul, it isn't the tenant, but moments later the tenant himself comes on the line.
Right, what are you after?
I want to speak to... We've got all these problems to discuss, man.
If you wait there, I'll be with you in 2 minutes.
That's fine. I'll wait. Didn't seem like to me that.
2 minutes later, the tenant arrives.
Do you want to...
Honestly, if that camera goes in my face, I'll take it out your hand.
Do you want to...
Hi, mate. I'll take it out your hand if that camera goes near me.
Do you want to know why we're here?
Well, obviously, I'm probably being evicted or something.
It's not that.
I'm serious, get that camera out my face. No, get that camera out my face. No, cameras, don't...
With the tenant causing a scene, a neighbour intervenes.
Listen, are you going to start? Are you going to start on me?
If I have to go to a situation that might kick off, Deborah's the one to take because I think she's good at diffusing situations.
All the doors are damaged either side. Looks like punch fist marks.
I would be distraught.
Yeah, there's a door off here.
The fact that that's how they think they can behave within somebody else's property.
Oh, that's not good because that'll bring our friends the rodents.
If I was their mum, I would be heartbroken, I would be distraught.
These holes ain't me. These ain't me. They're not me. This is... That one's me. I'll admit to that one's me. But there is...
Paul and Deborah can't know for sure who is responsible for the damage, but the source of the noise complaints is soon apparent.
There's some big speakers then.
Oh my God,
that's some serious speakers.
Yeah.
You played it through them?
Yeah, don't go on loud though, it's just because...
It's a wonder the wall's not down, fella.
We were having phone calls on a Saturday from the next door neighbours telling us about the noise all night, the music. This was going for like 12 hours a night. And I do think we have to take some responsibility for antisocial behaviour.
Later began fighting and took it outside. Whilst they were outside, me and my partner went out and told them to be quiet and keep the noise down, and that it woke the children up. Then arrived in a taxi with another guy and a massive set of speakers. He then told us the noise didn't matter as he's been evicted and was moving out in 4 weeks.
Yeah, I'll admit I am going to go because I've been told that someone else is moving in, so I had planned it.
So, if we can agree amicably that within 2 weeks...
2 weeks I'll be out, and I promise...
But also, you see all the doors?
Yeah, I'm going to replace them. I'm going to come down to Ainsworth-Lord and I'm going to give them whatever it costs.
Because every door has been
got a hole.
smashed
I know,
in.
for the £30 a door, so what's that, 30, 60, I'll bring £200 down.
But can you get the rubbish shifted?
Yeah,
with
of course
them?
I can. Of course I can.
So we've got a plan.
Yeah, we've got a plan.
We
2
know what
weeks,
we're
I'll
doing.
have the doors sorted and I'll be out.
And no more noise.
No more noise.
Thanks for letting us come in.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It's got to breaking point now, isn't it? They're taking the mick to the extreme. I wouldn't want it next door to me.
Next. In central London.
You owe me a load of money.
In Darwin.
Little swines. They've been ripped off, physically ripped off.
And in East London.
Talk whatever you want to talk.
I'll tell you this. I will be applying to the bailiff for eviction, and you will be evicted.
Landlord Han Yip has discovered that his tenant has been posing as the high-end property's owner and unlawfully subletting the flat.
Aston Martin, he's getting out of it. Oh no, he's getting into it. He's getting into the car.
The tenant is currently pocketing £3 a month from the property while not paying his own rent.
It turns out that he was very active on social media, leading a very luxury lifestyle. That attitude just annoyed me so much. I'm funding that lifestyle, and I don't even like that lifestyle. This excessive consumption, conspicuous consumption, I find it really distasteful. His Instagram presents an image of wealth. Take a look at his LinkedIn. Founder and CEO, luxury real estate. And it turns out that that's registered to my address.
It looks like Han Yip isn't his only victim. Some digging reveals the tenant has been imprisoned in America for a major fraud.
So here's the FBI press release. Operators of mortgage loan modification business plead guilty to conspiracy to commit fraud. And this was in 2012. According to the reference, he had lived in Isleworth for the last 5 years. At no point did he list San Diego Penitentiary, which he was sentenced to for, I think, 21 months.
The tenant's current whereabouts is a mystery, but Han thinks he's discovered a clue. And today he's meeting Paul Shamplina from Landlord Action, who's helping him chase up the rent arrears that now stand at over £18,000.
Obviously, when you're dealing with a skilled fraudster that's done this before, and they know the tricks of the trades and they know what to do and how to do it, the landlord's up against it. So you've tracked down the address where you think this tenant is living.
Our best guess. The company registration that this address is attached to is his wife's soap making company.
Soap making?
Yeah,
company?
she makes like bath bombs. I looked on Street View, and it turns out that that address matched a photo I saw on his wife's Instagram. I think it's that block over there, yeah. I was very confident approaching the property. I thought, this is going to be the last thing he expects. He's gotten away with it for so long.
We get one shot at this, Han. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Can you hear people talking? Can you hear him talking? Yeah, I can hear him. It turns out I can see the Wi-Fi with his company name on.
Oh, really? Yeah, so he's in there. We know he's in there. Hello? Yeah. They know it's you. They know we're on to you. You can speak through the door if you want.
There's some degree of irony here in that the man who takes pictures of his face all the time, all across town, doesn't want to show his face outside his own home. It's Han. You owe me a load of money. I'm waiting.
Once this guy knew that we rumbled him, I was hoping he was just going to walk away and just give the keys back. That was what I was hoping, but he just didn't want to communicate. So what we're going to do, Han, we're going to serve the debt letter and the deed of surrender. Yeah?
Yeah.
You're clear on that?
Yeah.
You've signed it and I've witnessed it, okay? So we're going to do that and we'll post it underneath the door.
Three months later, Han has his flat back. But there's no sign of the missing 20 grand or the tenant, who appears to have left the country.
You expect the tenant to tell you who they are, and it turns out that everything he told me was a lie.
Sade Adamoy is attempting to evict her second cousin. His court-imposed deadline to leave her late mother's house expired a week ago.
We're back at the property to see whether he's left. It is quite emotional. I'm really disappointed. You know, he is a family member who's just chosen to be difficult for no reason, really. The house really is a big part of my childhood. It's been a family home for as long as I can remember, going back to the 70s. Well, I have to knock first to see what...
There's a light on.
It's me, Sade. Can you open the door? Can I speak to you, please? So, why are you still here? Why is that?
Why are you like harassing me?
Why are we harassing you? The judge ordered for you to leave.
Yeah.
Do you recall that the judge ordered you to leave and you were ordered to pay costs? You haven't yet paid costs, and you were told by the judge that if you don't leave, we can evict you. You do realise that's going to happen now, do you? There were times when we were close. Because he's family, you allow people to have a little bit of extra time. But when it came down to it, and he took advantage of our kindness.
Talk whatever you want to talk.
Well, I'll tell you this. I will be applying to the bailiff for eviction, and you will be evicted, okay? You know, at that point, I looked at and I thought, this is not my cousin, this is not a family member, this is just a person who I want out of my life. I guess we'll just apply to the bailiffs and we'll have him evicted. I want the property back. It doesn't belong to... He has no idea what it really means to me and my sister. I just want him gone, and I want this over.
I want the tenancy surrendered, and then we can draw a line under this.
After repeated complaints of antisocial behaviour, Paul Ainsworth-Lord is trying to remove tenants from a house he manages.
They're causing havoc on that street. It's just a nightmare for us all. I want them out, I want the house back. They were supposed to move out before the weekend, but it's well into Monday now, so I'm hoping and praying that they've gone. It'll be a good day for us all if they've lived true to the word. Well, they knew I was coming today, and it has been agreed they'd move out, so I'm assuming they must have gone. Hello? A little swines. Oh, what a mess. Oh, talk about get your back up. Bloody hell, more vandalism up wall. You just ripped them off, you know, damaged all the casing. There's just no need for it.
During Paul's last visit, one of the tenants said he'd either fix the broken doors or provide money to replace them before moving out.
At the end of the day, he can talk the talk. When it boils down to it, he's really not arsed. They've yanked off the bloody, completely busted. Snapped off, and these are window locks. So you've not replaced any, fixed any of the doors. The key to the success is negotiating people out, coming to an amicable arrangement. It's far better to do things amicably, part as friends, if you like. We have failed, yeah. It's when Blackburn Rovers won the Premier League in '94. You know, somebody's had that for a long time. What? 25 years or 26 years they've had it. And it's just been lost now because it's wrecked.
The worst of the destruction is in the kitchen.
Oh, nothing like ripping a few cupboard doors off, eh? It's what you call willful damage, that. When I came here last week, this was all fine, you know, it was quite tidy-ish, but all the doors were intact. They've been ripped off, physically ripped off. Just chucked down here. It just makes me really mad because this is just being nasty now. It's just peevishness, isn't it? I regret having let them have the house in hindsight, which is a great thing. He should never have got the property, or we would never have given him the property.
Paul posts a notice of abandonment. This means he can legally end the tenancy. Paul will never know for sure who caused all the damage, but before the house can go back on the market, the landlord now faces a big clean-up bill.
One innocent play can cost you thousands of pounds. Left with a dump or a trashed house. Just evil, a version of evil.
Next, in East London.
You're disgraceful. You're in a house that does not belong to you. Look at you. That's your response.
Sade and her partner Richard are heading to her late mum's house. Today, her second cousin is being evicted.
So today I'm hoping that he leaves, and we get him out and I get my property back. It's the family home and I'm sad because since my mum died, I've not really been able to frequent the property as I would normally. I can't go to my own home as I would please. So it's really sad. We've been waiting for today for almost 3 years. I just think my cousin just had no respect, no value for property, and no value for possessions that don't belong to him.
Waiting outside the 4-bed house is eviction expert Paul Shamplina, who the couple have drafted in to assist.
Is he in? Do we know if he's in?
We don't know if he's in.
Right.
I'd love to find out.
Let's go and knock on the door and see.
Let's do it.
Chat with him. No problem.
I was a bit nervous. This situation is much worse because it is a family member. So
This is the property here, isn't it?
this is the property.
Right. Right. So make sure you're ready to leave.
Are you packing?
Are you ready to go in about 10 past?
Are you packing?
The bailiff's coming in 10 minutes. Okay. All right. So we wait for the bailiff. It's a nice response, isn't it?
He's got a cheek shutting that door in our face. How dare he?
The problem we've got, we don't know if he's packed ready to go.
Correct.
So
yeah.
that's our problem.
And as we've just seen, he's shut the door in our faces. It's so rude. He's disrespectful.
Close to packing everything up.
Are you? He can talk to you if he wants. He can talk to you. He can talk to you. I can talk to you. We can all talk to you because you're in my house on my property. You need to hurry up. You haven't done anything for me. You haven't done a thing. You haven't done a thing. You're disgraceful. You're in a house that does not belong to you. Look at you. That's your response. I'm going to wait because you're going to get out of my house today. You selfish man. Shut it, fool.
Not long now. Don't worry.
It's really sad because we used to go and hang out together as a group, go to parties together, actually be a real family. Since this incident, it's really broke up the dynamics of the situation.
With bailiffs due any minute, the tenant unexpectedly decides to leave.
Flat hunting. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It's a bit sad because it didn't need to come to this. It really is sad, actually.
Sorry, he's gone.
I can't believe this.
Richard, go in. Let's see.
Come on.
Shake hands. Go on.
This is great.
Over the moon, mate.
Fantastic. I look back and I felt he was owed something. Truly believed, I think, that he had some right somewhere to the property.
But you know what he's done? He's really tidied up well.
I know he has tidied up, which is
good.
And even the garden's in quite good nick.
He's left it in good condition.
Yeah. So I'm really happy. I am feeling a bit weird because, as I said, I do feel a little bit sad for, and it didn't need to come to this at all. It really didn't. But it has.
He just strung it out, didn't he?
Yeah, he
That's
did.
what made it worse.
So unnecessary.
And the abuse you got as well.
Yeah.
That was unnecessary.
Yeah, he was really awful to me, and I haven't done anything other than try to help him.
Nearly 3 years on from her mother's death, Sade finally has the family home she grew up in back.
It's gone. Can't believe that. This was my room, so it's got lots of memories. So that's why it's hard. I don't want to get rid of it, the property. It's got a lot of meaning. Some really great memories growing up there. Lots of family members and friends would come around. Food, cooking, fun, laughter. So we are planning to give the property to a letting agent. There are many families looking for somewhere to live. That's the plan, to give it to a family that can make lots of fond memories.